If you are interested in acquiring any of my Overkill's tutorial guides from Microsoft Flight Simulator, or simply interested in supporting the channel, please consider joining us on Patreon. Patreon subscribers level tier 2 and above have access to all of my guides, as well as any future releases that come down the road. Patreon link can be found in the description below. Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator, and today the GotFriends Mini 500 helicopter received a pretty significant update to everything from the flight model to the avionics and to new liveries, you name it. There's all kinds of new stuff ready for this helicopter, and so today we are going to check it out. So let's go ahead and jump into the cockpit and start seeing what we got going on here. Alright, let me bring the game sounds back up here so you guys can hear everything nice and well. So, a couple of cool things that we have. Let me get my head tracker under control. So first off, from the avionics switch, you now have a fully integrated GNS 530. So that is obviously a huge step into the realm of navigation here. There is a ton of other adjustments. Now, a lot of the stuff was already here. You can remove the doors. You have your landing lights on the, or lights on the dash if you want. You have a compass that's removable if you want. But obviously the big thing is how does it fly, right? And that's why we went ahead and started up. You also have the tablet available over here, just as we did before. If you guys want all of your navigation information over here, that's also available. There is also a way to enable the, I have to remember where the heck it is. I don't even have it installed. I had it uninstalled yesterday. But the Sky for Sim pad that we have talked about before, you guys, is also integrated with this particular helicopter as well. Nope, that's lighting config. That is not what I want. Let's go ahead and go back. Oh, what's 3D vision? Ah, the synthetic terrain. Cool. I do like having that on. Actually, I really do enjoy that. We have our VFR map. So this is a really awesome little helicopter. Now, we are out in the Caribbean islands again. It has been a while since I've been out here. I've kind of missed it, and I thought this would be a fun way just to go tour around. I cannot remember. Wanchero, I think, is where we are today. I totally forgot which airport I picked. I usually just sort of grab one of them when I come out here. Yep. So we're at TNCS, Tango November Charlie Sierra today. And we're just going to sort of do a quick loop around the island and see how the helicopter flies. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's make sure all of my flight controls are open. You can already see it rocking. I disabled the stick, but the texturing of this thing is also absolutely phenomenal. I love the rotor shake that's going on here. This is a really, really good aircraft, you guys. Now, I make it no secret that I'm a huge GotFriends fan. I'm a huge GotFriends fan. I love their aircraft. Alright, so let's go ahead and start getting it. Whoa, gosh, it just picks right up, didn't it? Trying to get relatively stable here. Definitely been a change to the way the aircraft handles from the last time I flew it. Last time I flew it, it was much easier, much more stable. And what I mean by that is it was almost too easy, right? There wasn't enough resistance. There wasn't enough. I mean, everything with a helicopter should be less is more, but a lot of less, if that makes sense. This is a tiny, itty-bitty helicopter. Let's get up over the fence here. Tiny, itty-bitty helicopter. Just sort of go tool it around here. Let's add some collective in here. I am also using my Virpil collective with the Blackhawk grip on it. Freaking love this thing. It's so awesome. Now, I feel like I am still too close. Maybe my zoom was messed up there. Alright, there we go. There we go. That's better. Welcome to Jurassic Park. Not quite, but it's close, huh? Let's bring that microphone a bit closer. There we are. The flight model has definitely seen some pretty significant improvement. I'm having to compensate for things that I didn't used to have to compensate for. I flew the aircraft right before I started the video, right before I updated it, to make sure I had a decent comparison of what it was before and after. Now, I hadn't flown it since shortly after I made my initial video of it. Flew it a couple times after that, so it'd been a minute. So before I updated the aircraft, like I said, I flew it around, sort of checked it out. And this is definitely much busier, if that makes sense. Much busier. Much more of what you would expect a helicopter to behave like. It's not just turning naturally simply by me. I mean, look at the bank angle we're at versus the rate of turn. So getting much more appropriate behavior from the helicopter. The thing I like about GotFriends is they're very big on both worlds in regards to keeping the flight simulation on point, making sure their aircraft are decently modeled, keeping the customization options around, while also making sure that you have some of the fun features like opening doors and things like that. All those things add up. They all create the experience, right? I'm trying to get a sort of center on point going here, or turning on point. Although it's been a while, admittedly, since I've flown a helicopter. Trying to get a turn around this building going. Sort of that house in the center there is what I'm trying to get going here. Every time I think I have it, I lose it. Yo, and we're getting too low. I lost that one big time. Got too low, got too under the power curve there. These are the things that I really enjoy trying to do with any of the helicopters. Get into the sort of sightseeing mode and finding something. You know, it's not just about, you know, everyone always tries the hover. For me, I like to try some of the more challenging aspects. If you guys haven't yet, try just doing a turning on point. You know, where you just sort of spin the nose around a specific location. Say I blew that one right down the drain. That one I had way too much forward momentum. I wasn't actually rotating around a location. I was literally just turning into it. But these are the kind of things that make the helicopters fun to test and fun to play around with, is learning how to do some of the neat stuff that a helicopter is capable of doing rather than just, you know, touring around a city or something like that, which is obviously a lot of fun still, but let's get that nose up because we're going to descend down lower. Sort of let it just come out of the sky. Let's watch that descent rate. 2,000 feet per minute. Probably pushing it a little bit there. There we go. There we go. The power curve in there. Sort of, there we go, nice. Now what I have noticed about this aircraft doesn't require a whole lot of trim. I'm not having to put a whole lot of pressure on the stick to maintain a particular angle here. The descent rate keeps playing around because you guys are seeing me mess around with the collective. The thing about the collective that I've found, and this would probably be the same case with any collective, whether it be Verpal, Windwing, whomever. But the thing about the collective is, like, once you start using a collective in a helicopter, you just want to keep playing with it. Like, I need a reason to move it. I need a reason to move the collective. So I find myself just literally tooling around with it. Ooh, we got a big storm coming here in Tucson right now. Just heard some good thunder. So definitely a very spectacular helicopter. This thing is just flying right along. Features on it are nice, the textures on it are nice, the way it flies is absolutely beautiful. Certainly worth the money for this helicopter. This is one of those ones that I was very happy to pick up. I think that's what I like about most of the GotFriends aircraft is, you know, some of them are just, you know, it's like even that little, I can't remember what it's called, but the one that sort of looks like a drone. I can't think of it right now off the top of my head for some reason. I'm drawing blanks. And, the thing was an absolute blast to fly around. It was just so much fun to play around, especially in VR. And then even the canoe. I think that's one of the other cool things that I love about them. They really do think outside the box. And by the way, if you guys haven't checked that out, the canoe is free. So definitely give it a shot if you guys haven't. What do you get to lose? It's free. You know, but you'll be surprised, especially if you're in virtual reality, how much fun it actually is to do it. I really enjoyed it. Alright, so let's go ahead and bring it around here. It's definitely a very small island. Beautiful area, though. I love flying around the Caribbean. I'll be surprised if you guys can't hear the thunder on the microphone. It's getting good out there. I think that's where we started. Let's see here. Let's go to our map here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we just passed it. So let's turn it back around and see what it's like landing it. I really enjoyed the ground effect. The ground effect in it was really nice. Look at that. Put it right into like almost a full stop there. What's our airspeed? We were all the way down, I think, about 50 knots. Alright, so let's set back down over here. We're almost home. There it is. I knew we were close. I recognize that little dive through the canyon pass there. Head them off at the pass. So now let's just land it. Oh, I suppose I could use the GNS 530. I didn't have to switch to the map. Alright, I'm going to start slowing our forward momentum down while increasing our descent rate. There it goes. Close the sky before we fall out of the sky. Collective responds so fast. Come on, baby. Definitely gonna have to make a few turns here to get it down there. Neat little airport. This would be a fun fly-in. That's the other thing that's actually a lot of fun to do with the Caribbean islands too, is just do island hopping. Sort of do touch and goes at various locations, then come back around. Tail rotor sensitive. Alright, there we go. We're sinking pretty fast. There we go. Come back up. See, down at low speed, now it gets really finicky. Come on. Trying to keep the H right in that same part of the window there. Oh, come on, don't blow it at the end. Ah, short. That's all right. Anyways, you guys, that is the GotFriends Mini 500. Again, I highly recommend you guys check this aircraft out, as well as many of their other aircraft. They have so many aircraft that are just a ton of fun. The double ender is fantastic. The GBR3 is an absolute riot, especially in VR, although it might make you puke. We'll just see. It's a wild ride. Anyways, make sure you guys check them out. Again, that's going to be gotfriends.com. You guys, as always, stay safe and healthy, and I shall see you all in the next one.